Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to help you assemble your 8x5 outdoor storage shed. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your shed is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with the shed, but if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for timestamp associated with each step. There are steps within this assembly that require more than one person, so be sure to have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You'll need a 3/8 wrench, two 7/16 wrenches, a 3/8 socket, a rubber mallet, a Phillips head screwdriver, pliers, a Phillips head bit, safety glasses, a ladder, and a drill. You may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be sure not to over torque or over tighten the hardware. To make this easier, we're going to use a 7/16 socket and a socket adapter. You will also need additional tools to prepare the foundation of your shed, so refer to your manual to see what other supplies you'll need. All Lifetime sheds require a platform to be built on. We recommend building one out of concrete, but you can also build one out of lumber. This video is meant to be used as a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, make sure to have the assembly manual on hand during the build. It's crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions for this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. This section will go over how to build the foundation of your shed. Since we're inside, we're not going to be able to do that, but it's important that you do. So refer to your manual in section 1 to see how to properly build the foundation of your shed. Line up the holes in the ends of the gutter channel with the holes in the ends of the connector. Then secure with the hardware. Line up the holes in the ends of the truss brace with the holes in the middle of the gutter channels. Add the hardware, making sure the head of the bolt goes on the inside of the gutter channel. Into the truss rod, into the connector and the truss brace, then secure with the 2 nuts and only tighten until it doesn't wiggle. Take the 2 gable halves that have a straight edge at the bottom, line the holes up in the center, and secure with the hardware.
Place a screen over the vent, making sure the holes line up. Then place them on the front side of the gable, making sure the holes line up. Now secure with the hardware on the back side. Take a square tube that doesn't have a square hole in the middle and insert an end cap into each end. Place the support tube onto the gable, making sure the dimpled holes are facing down and that the holes line up with these divots. Then secure with the hardware. Take the two gable halves that have a curve at the bottom, line up the holes in the middle, and secure with the hardware. Add the vent and screen to the gable using the same method as the other gable. Take the header bar and add the end caps into each end. Place the header bar onto the gable, making sure the dimpled holes are facing down and the square dimpled hole is also facing down. Secure the header bar to the gable through the two smaller holes in the middle. It may be helpful to punch the divots out with the hardware. Then finish securing the header bar through the oblong holes. Line up these holes in the square tube with these holes on the door. Then insert it into the square hole at the bottom of the door, making sure the end with this hole goes in first. Make sure this door is the door with the Lifetime logo. Leave a few inches hanging out and insert the end cap into the tube. And then finish sliding it the rest of the way up. Make sure the end of the tube is flush with the bottom of the door. Insert the left latch bracket into the door oriented like this and secure with the hardware. Only finger tighten this hardware for now. Locate these divots at the top and bottom of the door and drill them out with the provided drill bit. At the top of the door, add the spacer over the holes you just drilled out, making sure you can read the word up. Place the deadbolt over the spacer, making sure it's oriented like this. Then secure with the hardware. Repeat at the bottom of the door, except make sure the spacer says down. Connect the two halves of the handle together. Place the handle on the front side of the door and then secure with the hardware on the back side. On the opposite edge of the door, insert the hinge tube into the round hole at the bottom of the door, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out at the top and bottom. Line up the holes in the square tube with the holes on the right door, then insert the tube into the square hole at the bottom of the door, making sure that the end with the single hole goes in first. Leave a few inches hanging out so you can insert the end cap, then slide the tube the rest of the way up. Locate this divot on the back of the door and insert the self-tapping screw to secure the tube in place. Attach the latch to the door, making sure it's oriented like this. Connect the two halves of the handle together, place it on the front side of the door and secure with the hardware on the back. Make sure to add this bracket oriented like this. On the opposite edge of the door, insert the hinge tube into the round hole, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out of the top and bottom. Unfold the floor panels and then connect them together by lifting one panel up at a 45-degree angle, interlocking the tabs, and then laying it back down. It may be helpful to have another person stand on the opposite panel while you do this. Your doors can go on either long edge, decide which side you want it to go on, and then insert the bushings into these round holes. Secure the panels together by inserting a screw into these divots along the seam of the floor panels. On the same edge as the bushings, place the strike plate over this cutout and secure with the hardware. On all of the wall panels labeled AHD, add a wall support to the channel directly below the cutout at the top of the wall panel. Make sure the end with the 2 holes goes at the top. No hardware will be added to the top hole. Take the corner wall panel labeled AGN and add a wall support to the channel on the left edge, making sure that the end with the 2 holes goes at the top. Take the panel labeled AGY and add a wall support to the channel on the right edge. Make sure that the end with the 2 holes goes at the bottom of the panel. Take the panel labeled AGY and insert the tabs at the bottom into the cutouts on this corner. Slide the panel over to lock it into place. I'm comfortable tapping it over with my foot, but if you're not, you can use a block and a rubber mallet. Lean the panel away from the floor, fold the panel in half, line up the tabs at the bottom with the cutouts in the floor panel. Then apply downward pressure to lock them into place. If this step is difficult, insert a block under each tab individually and apply downward pressure to lock it into place. Take a wall panel labeled AHD and insert the tabs at the bottom into the cutouts on the floor panel and then slide it over to lock it into place. Before securing the wall panels together, make sure that this line at the top of the wall panels is even. Take the corner panel labeled AGW or back right and place it into this corner using the same method as the first corner. Now place 2 wall panels labeled AHD along the back edge. Add the corner wall panel labeled AGL or back left to this corner. Add another wall panel labeled AHD to this edge. Add the final corner panel labeled AGN or front left to this corner. Take the left door and place the hinge tube in the bushing. Make sure the hole at the bottom of the hinge tube lines up with the slit in the bushing. Insert the cotter pin from the outside going in and expand the ends to lock it into place. And then repeat for the right door. Close the doors and place the gable that has a curve at the bottom onto the hinge tubes. Line up the holes in the gable with the holes in the corner wall panel and secure with the hardware. On the door next to the hinge tube, place the gap flaps over these two holes oriented like this and secure with the hardware. Place the truss into the notches at the top of the wall panels. While one person continues to hold the truss, have another slide the roof panel over the gable and into the gutter channel. You'll know the roof is in the correct position when the alignment nub fits in this notch. Secure the roof to the wall through these 4 holes. If you're having a hard time getting things to line up, click on this link here to see a video with tips on how to get your roof panels to line up. Secure the roof panel to the gable through the bottom 2 holes. Then add your roof support in the notch on the gable and the notch on your roof panel. Then finish securing to the gable and the truss. Repeat the previous steps for the roof panel on the other side. Lift the rear gable up onto the wall and secure it with the hardware. Add the other 2 roof panels using the same method as the first 2 roof panels. At the front of the shed, add the roof cap labeled AGG over the gable and the roof panels, and then secure with the hardware. Place a roof cap labeled AFY over the previous roof cap and secure with the hardware. Place the final roof cap labeled AFW over the gable, roof panels, and previous roof cap, and then secure with the hardware. Fold the skylight in half, place it through the hole, line up the tabs on the skylight with the holes on the roof caps. Then secure with the hardware. On the back wall, insert these clips into the cutouts. Next, you need to level your doors. Click on this link here to see a video on how to do that. We've already done this, so we're going to move on to the next step. Now that the doors are level, go inside the shed and have someone close the door behind you while you tighten the hardware. This section will go over how to anchor your shed to your foundation. Since we're inside, we're not going to be able to do that, but it's important that you do. So refer to your manual in section 11 to see how to properly anchor your shed to your foundation. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your lifetime 8x5 outdoor storage shed. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other awesome products at lifetime.com.